Hi foodies, and let's get started on this delicious Greek dressing lamb recipe. I have my lamb chops here. They've been trimmed off the excess fat. Of course, I don't take off all that fat. And then I rinsed it, pat dried it, and now I'm just going to add the dressing. I love this Greek dressing. There's a lot of other brands I like too. I bought this one because it doesn't have feta cheese. If yours has feta, that's fine, but you don't need one of the dressings that has feta cheese in it. You're going to just pour that on, and then I do add some salt and pepper because most times the dressings, they have some salt, but not enough to season the meat. You can definitely marinate this overnight or just 2 hours. If the dressing has a lot of lemon in it or a lot of citrus, I try not to do overnight because I want the meat to be tender but not mushy, and the lemon will start to break down the meat if it's marinated for too long. So 2 hours or overnight. And then when you're ready to prepare this, make sure that you sit the lamb out of the fridge for at least 30 minutes to take the chill off. Then you are going to use a skillet over medium-high heat with oil in there. Make sure it is very hot. You want the lamb to sizzle once you put it in there. If the heat isn't high enough, your lamb is going to be gray. You want it to sear and be beautifully brown, okay? Then you flip it over and you're going to do another 2 to 4 minutes. If you're doing a lot of lamb chops and your pan is small, you can always remove them from the pan, set them aside while you sear the other pieces. Just try not to cook it completely because then you're going to need to put it back in the pan and add butter. Aside from butter, we're going to be adding some herbs, so oregano, rosemary, and thyme. And you're also going to add garlic. The garlic can be sliced. This time I decided to dice it because I wanted to eat it, not just get the flavor from it. At this point, the heat does not have to be super high like it was when we started and we wanted that nice sear. So just go ahead and lower your heat just a little bit. And keep basting that lamb just to get the flavor from the butter. If you want to leave out the butter and the herbs, then you could just use some dressing. Pour some dressing in the skillet and use it to baste the lamb chops. And guys, remember that the doneness of the lamb depends on you, depends on who you're cooking for. If you want it more on the well done side, you can do 4 minutes per side. If you want it really pink, then you can do like 2 minutes on each side. I wanted a little more of that dressing, so I poured some here. And if you want this to be saucy, you could simply add, maybe some wine, or you could add some low sodium broth and just keep basting the lamb chops. After basting the lamb chops, it's important to let the lamb rest before you try to even cut into it or serve it. So you would put the lamb chops on a plate or in a platter and then just pour all of the juices from the skillet all over it and let it rest for a couple minutes before you serve. You could serve these up family style, just, sprinkle on some fresh herbs, and you could even just, do your individual plating if you prefer. This is a way too easy for you to not try. It is so simple and satisfying. So if you want to give it a try, remember to check out the description box below the video. I will leave the ingredient list. I had this with some lobster and mashed potatoes, some veggies, some scallops. It was scrumptious. So go ahead, give it a try, and of course you're going to come back and let me know how it worked out. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.